5, 6.
Hello everyone. I'm here to show you my most favorite Indian recipe, keema samosas, that I learned from my mom several years ago. What a keema samosa is a deep-fried savory pastry which is made with ground beef, onions, herbs, and other spices. But what makes it a samosa is its triangular shape. To make a keema samosa, to make the stuffing, you'll need ground beef boiled and fully drained, 2 cups of chopped onions, about a 1/4 cup of mint, 1/4 cup or about a 1/2 cup of cilantro, 1 large jalapeno chopped, teaspoon of cumin seed, teaspoon of fennel seed, teaspoon of crushed pepper, and a teaspoon of MSG, and also a teaspoon of regular table salt. You'll also need 1 pack of spring roll sheets. You'll need a knife, a spoon to stir, a large pan to deep fry, 4 cups of hot cooking oil to deep fry, and a spatula that has holes in it because you want to be able to drain out all the excess oil when you're taking the samosas out of the fryer. Now before we begin, we always want to make sure our hands are clean. Mine are clean. We're going to go ahead and get started. First, what I'm going to do is pour the samosa, the meat, and all the dry ingredients in 1 large mixing bowl. And once I have everything in the mixing bowl, get everything in there and go ahead and give it a stir. You want to make sure you stir it evenly so that you're not having large clumps of onions, because usually onions is what will not spread evenly. Then once you have this, you have this sheet. This comes pre-packed just like this in a shape of a square. You want to cut this out of the top and take it out and cut it into 3 equal parts so that each part will look like a strip just like this. Then you want to peel the strips off and take 2 strips at a time to form a samosa. To form a samosa, you'll take the top left portion, bring it to the bottom. It's going to form a triangle. Take it back up and make sure you press at every point so that you make sure it stays sealed. So you'll have a cone shape. Once you have a cone shape, you will put about a teaspoon of the filling, because if you put too much, you won't be able to seal properly. Once you have this, put it back down. Take your beaten egg and put it all on the flaps that are open and make sure it's pretty evenly smothered in. Then you want to continue folding until you cannot make another samosa. Usually you will have about this much of a flap left. When you have this much of a flap left, you want to add a little bit more egg and then fold it on top of the samosa. That way, the extra flap will also be inserted on top of the samosa. Then you'll have this triangular shape. This is the kind of shape you are looking for when you're making a samosa. When you have all of these samosas made, you will make about 45 samosas out of 1 pack. When you have all of them made, if you're ready to, are not ready to eat all the samosas at one time, you can also store them in a freezer bag and put them in the freezer. You always want to make sure they're in the freezer. And when you're ready to cook, or if you want to make them right away, you can go ahead and deep fry. You want to put the oil temperature at medium heat so it's not too hot, or these shells cook very fast. So you want to keep it at medium heat so that you don't overcook one side and the other side, or the inside isn't warmed enough. And the type of color you're looking for, I have some ready-made for you guys here, is this kind of a golden color. This color ensures that the shells are cooked fully from the inside and the insides of the filling are also warm. So this is what your samosa should look like at the end. As you can tell, some of them are not perfect. That's fine, because once you cook them, you can break them off and you'll have a perfect triangle again. Does anybody have any questions for me?
I do. Is
Yes.
there an alternative to MSG?
Absolutely. Usually people use MSG to get that flavor out, because the flavor of regular salt and MSG is 2 different flavors. That has much more of a heavier salt taste. However, with MSG, if you don't want to use that, I would use soya sauce. However, soya sauce is a liquid base, so I suggest that once you have the meat fully drained, you want to put it back in a skillet and put soya sauce in it, about 2-3 tablespoons of soya sauce, and let the soya sauce burn off. That will keep the soya sauce flavor, but it'll burn off the liquid. But it'll give you the same effect that MSG does.
I have a question.
Yes.
With the same stuffing, can you, with this different shape, can you make samosa?
Absolutely. Usually when you buy this kind of pack, you'll see a picture on here. As you can see, it's Some are triangle, some are oval cone shape, some are even shapes of a dumpling. What a samosa is a triangular based or triangular shaped pastry. So if you were to take the same stuffing and fold it into a dumpling, you have a dumpling. You don't have a samosa anymore. But if you were to take this and make a triangle, it's a samosa. So it's the shape that's making it a samosa.
I also have a question.
Yes.
Do you have to deep fry or can you oven bake them?
Oh, nowadays, usually the best way to do it, if you're not looking for that heavy grease or anything like that, is just spread a little bit on top, oil a little bit on top, and put it in the baking oven to crisp. You won't get the exact same golden as you got here, but you will get it fully cooked. But the best way to actually enjoy the full flavor of this is actually to deep fry it. Does anybody have any more questions for me? All right, great. I hope I taught you guys how to make samosas, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Countdown.